Hello, you're listening to Ray Path Productions here on A1R Psychic Radio and Moonstruck TV. I'm your host, Chloe Folan, clairvoyant. As always, a very warm welcome to everybody who's taking time out of their evening to listen to the show being broadcast live. And I would like to extend that warm welcome to those due to time zone differences who'll be catching the show after the live broadcast. A very warm welcome to you as well. To start with this evening, I would like to just give a mention to one of my upcoming workshops. As some people do know already, I am also one of the qualified teachers with the Diana Cooper School of White Light. And on that school's behalf, it's a very prestigious school. It's run very professionally. It's very highly regarded. It's a school that teaches sacred mysteries and esoteric wisdom. On that school's behalf, I teach their Lemurian planetary healing workshops. So I just want to give a mention because I do have a one-day Lemurian planetary healing workshop coming up on Sunday, the 20th of October at the Sanctuary Centre in Loughrea. And the reason I'd like to mention that workshop was I've had a lot of similar queries come up, so I thought it would be very useful to discuss them. And the other reason I'm also bringing up the workshop is because I've had a lot of queries, but at the moment I actually only have one place left. So if you are one of the people who felt very drawn to the workshop and had only queried, if you are on the fence, please do contact me soon, because I'm only guaranteeing places to people who have paid deposits to secure their place. I'm only taking a maximum of 10 people, and basically I do have 9 who have booked and secured their places. If anyone's extremely eager and does not want to miss out, I will make an exception and open up a second place. But please, if you are on the fence and would like more information, please do contact me through my website, www.chloefolan.com, because this workshop that I'm running on Sunday, October the 20th, I won't be running another Lemurian planetary healing workshop until next year. So if you've been very drawn to wanting to attend a workshop that is very healthy, very safe, very dynamic, and will give you very good information on the Lemurian era, extremely good guided meditations for connecting with Lemurian beings, for how to healthily and efficiently work with the Lemurian crystals, a beautiful guided meditation for traveling to the cosmic heart, which is the chakra in this universe, and also a beautiful meditation for connecting with unicorns. And I'm going to come back to that. I'd like to explain that a bit more deeply. And also I will be teaching how to do group Lemurian healing, because that is a keynote of the Lemurian era, where beings during the Lemurian era did work as cooperative groups. There wasn't a leader. There wasn't one person at the helm. It was very much group say, group work, and that is the keynote of this workshop. So I will be teaching group Lemurian healing, how to do group Lemurian healing for an individual and for the self, but quite obviously that would be done in a group as Lemurian healing is done. And it's a beautiful dynamic workshop where not only will you be taught techniques for sending healing, giving healing and receiving healing, but as always, you will also be given a manual as part of the workshop. So when you go home, you won't be trying to remember anything per se. You'll be given a beautiful manual that describes all of the meditations that you've been taught. So if there's any that you deeply connected with that you would like to do yourself again at home, everything will be in the manual that's being given to you, which is included in the cost of the workshop. So definitely it's a beautiful workshop to attend if you're looking for a workshop for working with Lemurian crystals, being taught efficiently and in a professional manner and a healthy manner for how to connect in with Lemurian energies, and a beautiful workshop for connecting with the cosmic heart of the universe, And as I've said already, a beautiful workshop for connecting with unicorns. And the reason why I would like to come back to that is quite often I find, and everyone's entitled to their own opinion, that when you start talking about unicorns, people can look at you like you're a little bit, a little bit funny. And I'm being deadly serious. I'm being completely serious when I say a workshop that also teaches you how to properly and deeply connect with unicorns. Because it's very interesting. If you ever properly research the topic of unicorns, you'll find that all cultures across the globe, why descriptions do vary, all reference unicorns. In India, it would have been a smaller creature, but still four-legged, and it still had like that a body and a neck and a head and a horn, but it was brown and speckled. And they had goats, so they knew what goats were. So this wasn't, anything being mistaken for a one-horned goat. This was a separate creature that was documented and was definitely revered as sacred. And like the rhinoceros of today, the horn was reputed to have healing properties, and especially in the West. So like that, this would have been referenced in Christian terms, in the Christian Bible. Some Bibles wrote it out, some Bibles kept it in, but without a shadow of a doubt, there is a Christian, that's recorded in the Christian Bible, the existence of unicorns. And how unicorns have been referenced in the Bible is they were created after Adam and Eve. And I'm talking now about the Garden of Eden. So when God was going through his 7 days of creation, after Adam and Eve were created, the unicorn was created next. And the unicorn stayed in paradise with Adam and Eve. And when they were expelled from paradise, the unicorn was given the choice to either stay or follow them into the harsh world. And the unicorn decided to follow. But the reason why the unicorn followed humans once Adam and Eve were exiled was the affiliation, especially to Eve. And unfortunately, as records show, that after that occurrence, even though there was still that attachment to maidens, so that is why if you're ever reading up on, how unicorns were unfortunately hunted, no matter what type of creature you claimed them to be, there was definitely a one-horned creature roaming more than one continent that people were not mistaking for other animals, because other animals were still in existence. And that is why maidens were used as bait. The unicorns wouldn't, go to men. They had to be lured by maidens, by women, because of their affiliation and deeper connection to Eve. So it's very, very interesting. So like that as well, I don't think a lot of people realize that they also discovered a fossil. And it was only very recently, it wasn't that long ago. And the fossil was coined the Siberian Unicorn. And the fossil of this Siberian unicorn, literally four-legged, big creature. This wasn't a small animal. Four-legged, big creature that did kind of resemble the shape of a horse, but with a huge single horn. Siberian unicorn was only went extinct 29 million years ago, according to those that, recorded this fossil, studied this fossil. So really, that's not that long ago that this creature went extinct 29,000 years ago. Wasn't that long ago. So like that, as the saying goes, there's no smoke without a fire. No matter what continental records you look at, all major continents had records of a one-horned creature that resembled a horse or horse-like creature. And they knew what they were talking about because other animals were documented. They knew what horses were. They knew what goats were. They knew what other animals were. And then you also have them constantly mentioned in early texts. So I'll say it again, there's no smoke without a fire. So next time you hear someone talking about unicorns, don't presume that it's just in terms of myth and legend. We had one-horned creatures roaming our planet, and in most contexts they were considered sacred, even though unfortunately they were hunted. So if you do feel a calling to attend my Lemurian workshop, please do contact me soon. And the best way to contact me is through my website, www.chloefolan.com. Please do contact me soon if you do wish to attend on the 20th of October at the Sanctuary Centre. So I hope I've given everyone some interesting food for thought. And we have a lady calling in. Amber in Florida, USA. Can you hear me?
I can.
Amber, how can I help you? Do you have a question you would like my sisters with full guidance that you would like a reading on?
Yes, I do.
Yes,
I'd like to know
query,
if, I'm sorry?
Oh, sorry, what's your query, please?
Yes, I want to know if I'll have a relationship with all 7 of my children in the future whom were adopted out.
Just so I've heard you correctly, your query is you would like to know if you will have a maintained connection with the 7 children once they've been adopted.
Yeah, the ones that have been adopted, will I have a relationship when they are older or in the future?
Okay, I'm with you now, Amber. Thank you very much. No problem. I'll just tune into this for you. I'll just do a quick tarot card spread on this as well to help me tune in.
Okay.
I'm just drawing some cards for your query. Now, in the long run, I'm not seeing any major problems, Amber. Really and truly, I do have a card here, definitely referencing 7. So there definitely are, 7 children here for sure. And definitely down the line, there will be a connection with them. But in terms of who actually, connects, so what I would like to say is with the 7 children you're asking me about, long term, I'm not seeing any problems in relation to your query, but it does seem to be more that there will be 4 in particular that you will connect with more. So it's not that the other ones you won't connect with at some stage, but like that it might only be just briefly, or it might just be through, letters. But definitely there are 4 out of the 7 in particular that down the line, and I mean in the future of your query, that there are 4 in particular that you will have more contact with than the others. Now, once again, not because there's any problems or not because there's any arguments, nothing terrible. It just is the way this seems to be going, where all 7 children will be absolutely fine. But it's 4 in particular that you will have more of a connection with in terms of future outcome.
Could you tell me what for and how long do I have to wait for this?
No problem. I'm actually trying to look into that to see if it's 2 boys or 2 girls, or if it's 4 boys or 4 girls. Give me a moment with this, please.
Okay.
I'm getting very strongly at least 2 are boys. 2 out of 4 is definitely boys. And I'm just unsure whether there will be a 3rd boy in that and 1 girl, or whether it will be very cliche with it being 2 boys and 2 girls. But okay, definitely, without a shadow of a doubt, I'll just give you that combination again. This is either going to be 2 boys and 2 girls out of that 7, or this will be 3 boys and 1 girl out of that 7. I'm just finding it a little bit difficult just to tap into the gender of one of them in particular. But definitely that's the way the genders will be broken up, but I'm unable to see clearly what ages, so I can't tell you exactly in order of birth which 4, but I am getting either 2 boys and 2 girls or 3 boys and 1 girl. in definitely terms of time, this will be a few years. This will be a few years. I'm talking down the future in terms of, you know, when they are older and making their own. I would nearly even safely say, now that's not that you won't have contact beforehand, but the four I'm looking at, where it will be more contact with than the others. I'm talking about when they are adults. Now, not old adults, but I was looking at this in terms of your query being future, that you wanted to know down the line that, you know, when they are, you know, a lot older and all of this, but this is adult children I'm looking at in terms of that query. So down the line, you will find that when they are adults and when you are having contact with them as adults, that it will either be 2 boys and 2 girls out of the 7, or 3 boys and 1 girl. But this is down the line. This is down the line now, Amber. But like that, you'll still have some contact with the other ones, but it's just not as much. But like that, it's nice to see it's not because of anything terrible or dramatic.
Okay.
So this is a couple of years. This is a couple of years away. But in the meantime, what I would like to do for you, Amber, even though I know you rang about them, would you like me to do a small spread for you? Sometimes it's nice to just get something for you, especially when you've made such a big commitment for your children. I mean, that's not easy to go through. So would you like me to do a little
absolutely.
spread
I would
for you
love
as
something
well?
for me.
Of course.
Yes, please.
And I would love you to, because that's quite a big commitment. And it's nice for you to get some messages for yourself, even though I do understand why that question was so important for you. I'll just draw some cards for you, Amber. Now, it is going to take about 2 years, Amber, but definitely you are going to get into a place where, in terms of home life and money, things will be better. So it's not that I'm seeing that things are terrible now, but there are definitely 2 hurdles in particular that you are working on overcoming, where it's interesting, where there's nothing wrong in particular, but there are 2 areas of life where you're still working on those areas yourself and you are really trying to do your best. I've got the 2 of rods here, and that indicates somebody waiting, you know, for, you know, hard work to pay off, waiting for healthy choices to pay off, doing the best you can, putting your best foot forward, being as realistic as you can, and just waiting for things to just come together a bit more. So the 2 areas that you're still, you know, working away at to try to just get a little bit better, and doing it in a paced manner, doing it in a realistic manner, all of that hard work seems to pay off in about 2 years, where I'll say it again, home life and finances will be better in 2 years' time. So in this time, in 2 years, the 2 areas you're working on, it'll pay off, and you will be in a better place financially and also home-wise. So like that, just keep doing that. Keep doing what you're doing. Work at things methodically. Don't push yourself. Keep things realistic. Keep realistic expectations, and you will be okay. You will be okay. I do have a hidden influences card here, where one of the stressors is a little bit of concern over money. But I promise you, with the other cards I have either side of this card, it will work out. I'll say it again. Just take a deep breath. Take each day as it comes. You know, don't panic. Keep things realistic, and it will be absolutely fine. By the end of this year, so coming into January, you will wonder what you were so panicked about. By the time we hit January 2020, in terms of some of the finance issues that have cropped up, you'll be wondering what on earth you were worried about.
Okay.
It will work out.
Okay.
Amber, it was lovely connecting with you. If you do want to connect with me more, please do so through my website, www.chloefolan.com. I certainly hope the guidance and advice I provided was helpful to you. It was lovely connecting with you.
Yes, thank you so much.
You're very welcome. Have a good evening. Thank you for calling in. And I believe we have another lady, Erica in Ohio. Erica, can you hear me?
Yes.
Erica, how can I help you? What is your query for me, please?
I was my kids. If,
Yes.
are my kids going to be fine?
Are your children going to be fine? Okay, as you're talking, I'm seeing two children in particular. Can you just confirm, is it two children you're asking me about?
I have a daughter and a son.
Okay, perfect. I'll just do a spread on them. Actually, I'll do a spread on each very quickly. I'll start with your son. 2 moments, please. Erica, can you just confirm his age? Because I think I've got someone here who is what's known in America as a tweenie. So is he, a young boy? Are we looking at a young boy here?
No, my son is 22.
Okay, that's one of the issues. I don't mean it in a mean way, but he does need to mature a little bit. And I think that's why I'm picking up on him being still a preteen. Like that overall, he will be okay, but he does need to mature a bit, because instantly that's the energy that I got, where overall nothing wrong with him, but just needs to get a little more wise as to how the world works, and just needs to kind of get some world experience. So overall, he will be okay, but he does need to have some learnings around standing on his own 2 feet. And he just needs to have some life experience over understanding how the world works, because there is a little bit of a naive perspective over the world. And that's always sorted out through maturing. And the only way to mature is to get out there and experience having a job and, experience handling money, and experience, over, if you want certain things, the hard work that needs to be done to even try to save money. So really, this is more of just a maturity issue overall. And I do think he will, as we say here in Ireland, I do think he will cop on. Meaning, I do think in one way, he does want the experience, but I do think it's going to kind of shock him a small bit over how the world does actually work, but not in a bad way. And that will kind of help keep him, that'll kind of help keep him going and moving in the direction that he wants to move in. I do believe that in about 7 months, so we're looking into next year here, in about 7 months, after getting some real world experience, as I call it, I do believe he will really want to save up for something. I'm trying to see what that is, because definitely money becomes the incentive, and he definitely wants to save for something, but he's not going to do that properly for about 7 months. So like
his
that.
girlfriend just got pregnant, so I want to make sure he sticks around.
Like that. I still think the penny's dropping over what's actually happened. And I still think he's digesting what's going to happen. Now, on that note, overall, everything's going to be fine. But I do think that in 7 months, the reality will hit more, and it will be more a case of, oh, good grief, I really do have to get some money together here. Oh, dear.
That's funny because I think she's like 2 months along, so it would hit about the right time.
So definitely.
He hasn't told me yet, but I know.
The good news is, in 7 months, so even if that's right bang just when baby's due, he will kick it up into 5th gear, and he will pull himself together and get with the program, as the saying goes. So definitely, he will. It's going to hit late, but it will hit, and he will take it the right way, and he will jump on that bandwagon, and he will make it work. So overall, long term, he will be okay. And once that hits, he does stay clued in, because the 9 months following the 7 months, he's happy out, meaning he keeps working, he keeps saving, and he's delighted with himself. So like that, it's good news. It's gonna hit late, but you know it will drop, and he will get with the program, and it's all smooth from there.
Yeah.
Erica, I don't want us to get cut off. My producer Dave's telling me there's only 90 seconds left. So I just want to wish you well, and congratulations on your grandchild as well. Congratulations. And overall, your son will be okay. I know I didn't touch on your daughter, but usually I tune into who needs the advice more. So the fact that I was drawn to read for your son and your daughter didn't come through when I tried to read for your son, your daughter will be okay as well. Like that, I do think she just needs some time to just, you know, like that I am getting that she's a little bit under the weather at the moment, that she is a little bit, you know, not feeling herself and feeling a bit flat and not great, but she will pull out of it. It'll take her about 3 months. But like that, she just needs some downtime. She needs some reflection time. She needs to take her foot off the brake. And she just needs a 3-month time out of just doing basic stuff, and she will kind of, you know, be fine after that, but it is going to take about 3 months.
Yeah, she's got bad health.
She will be okay in the long run, but it will take 3 months, and she's got to be gentle with herself. It's not going to be quick. She needs to just take it day by day, and she needs to keep her foot off the brake. Oh, she needs to keep her foot off the accelerator, and she just needs to take each day as it comes. She needs to just do small things, stick to mundane tasks, and she will be okay. She just needs to take it easy.